Animal Equality conducted a first-of-its-kind investigation in Italy that will give you a completely new perspective on the chicken meat industry. Our investigators documented a farm in northern Italy and, with the support of expert veterinarians, revealed how the chickens raised for meat suffer from chronic pain, disability, and early death. This is the direct result of the meat industry's genetic selection in the pursuit of more profit. Our investigation begins in the sheds of a factory farm, where we collected several chickens who died prematurely. The conditions at these factory farms and the consequences of the genetic selection of these animals result in a very high mortality rate. We compared the damage in the bodies of these chickens with the bodies of others who lived in an animal rescue, a healthy and natural environment with the best possible care. However, even these animals didn't survive the damaging genetic traits that made them grow too large, too quickly. Comparing the chickens raised on factory farms to those who lived at the animal rescue shows what many scientific studies have long said. This genetic selection causes significant health problems, and the animals can't escape this suffering. The U.S. meat industry kills more than 8 billion chickens. Most of them are fast-growing breeds and suffer the same problems. Meat companies purposely select the genetic traits that make them grow breasts and thighs disproportionately big with very painful consequences. In just 7 weeks, chickens grow from about 2 ounces to more than 6 pounds, the weight the industry considers suitable for slaughter. It's like a baby reaching over 660 pounds in just 2 months. The first negative effects of this unnatural rapid growth and its impact on their skeletons are obvious. The calcification of their bones is not even complete at 7 weeks old. When these animals are sent to the slaughterhouse, they're still baby chicks with overgrown bodies. They have huge breasts and thighs and a bone structure that can't support them. This lack of calcification predisposes chickens to bone diseases and even fractures, which cause great suffering to the animals. X-rays taken by veterinarians showed clear fractures. Because of the severe physical damage caused by genetic selection, these chickens end up sitting on the ground with their legs spread, unable to support the weight of their own body. Due to fractures and other joint problems, chickens often struggle to stand up and walk. Accessing food and water becomes difficult, if not impossible for some, leading to a slow and painful death. Even the 3 rescued chickens encountered serious difficulties walking due to their genetics. In one case, they had to create artificial support to help her stand up. Despite the attention they received, they were trapped in their own bodies and could never break free. But skeletal problems are not the only health issues that chickens suffer from due to this genetic selection. They also suffer severe damage to their internal organs. In 2 of the 7 birds collected at the farm, veterinarians found blood leaking from their respiratory tracts. This can indicate internal organ damage, a serious condition that can lead them to collapse and die. All of this is only made worse by conditions on farms. Chickens spend their entire lives on a bed of litter that is rarely changed and is full of feces and urine. Forced to live in their own waste, the high concentration of ammonia damages these animals' respiratory tract and worsens their health. The analysis of chickens that lived with clean bedding and veterinary care showed that because of their breed, they still suffered significant organ damage. Their genetics predisposes them to develop cardiac diseases. It's unthinkable that it's legal to breed animals who suffer so terribly. This violates Italian animal welfare laws where these birds were examined and rescued. But in the U.S., there are no federal laws that protect chickens. Approximately 99% of chickens used for meat in the U.S. are fast-growing breeds. Due to their genetics, every year more than 8 billion of them are doomed to develop diseases, suffer unnecessary injuries, and die prematurely. The bodies of the animals we collected from the farm and the other 3 chickens represent only a tiny fraction of the victims of this genetic selection. Sam lived longer than his companions. He lived to be almost 1 year old and was full of life, loved to explore, and was curious about the world. But his body was already weakened after the first few months, and he died of injuries related to growing so quickly. Breeding animals condemned to suffer is cruel and unacceptable. We can make a difference for the chickens raised and killed for meat and for millions of other animals by simply making more compassionate choices. By reducing our meat consumption and eating plant-based, we can end the cruelties inflicted daily on these animals.